Shalom, friends. Welcome to Daf Reactions Bava Kamma 101. Usually when a monkey is involved in something, people are really invested. They want to talk about it. Like that Japanese monkey that escaped from a Scottish zoo for 5 days last week. Always follow the monkey. I don't mean literally. Please do not stalk any monkeys. That's not what I'm encouraging. I just mean in a storytelling sense. So I was surprised to discover in today's daf maybe the first instance I've ever personally encountered of somebody deploying a monkey to end a conversation. I call it Ravina's monkey. It's like Schrodinger's cat, except less well-known and less depressing, theoretically. But for a moment, let's review what led up to Ravina throwing a monkey wrench into the convo. The discussions and scenarios on today's page are primarily about arts and crafts, crimes, DIY meets WTF. What if we have a textile bandit out here? He's taking people's pigments. He's grinding them up. He's putting them in water. He's making them into a dye. And he's using it to make wool different colors. Now, he didn't just waltz over into a Joann's Fabrics, which he couldn't have done, but hypothetically, could he have? No, but still, he didn't. No, he worked for this. So do the pigments become his because he put in the work to change their state from pigment to dye? The thief cannot give the pigment back, it's in the wool, so should he have to give the original owner of the pigment a gift card to Blix instead, perhaps? The Gemara keeps bringing just more and more scenarios to really hone in on what is happening. What are the possibilities here? No, this fabric felon robbed one person of wool and dyes, dyed the wool, and then gave the dyed wool back. Sort of like a Santa Claus Banksy? So part of the dilemma could be, has he given both things back, or is he only returning the wool because the dye is now part of the wool? It doesn't exist on its own anymore. It's not its own thing. And we also have to consider that he actually increased the value of the wool by dyeing it because dyed colorful wool is more of a flex than beige sheep-colored wool. So really, even if the dye never gets returned itself, has the victim been sort of reimbursed because the wool is now worth more? Eventually, Ravina seems tired of this conversation, and that's fair because I am too. And he's like, no, guys, you're all incorrect. That's not what we're talking about here. The wool belongs to person A, and the dyes belong to person B. And a random, ownerless chaos monkey comes and dyes the wool. Maybe it's making a kilt for its Scotland escape. Who knows? Who's to say? I'm willing to hear the sadists debate the monkey versions of all these scenarios. I am game for it. I'm here for it. But this is where it gets weird. Nobody says anything. It's like they cannot see Ravina's monkey, they cannot hear Ravina's monkey, and they sure as Gehenna won't say anything about Ravina's monkey. And that is absolutely bananas to me, no pun intended, given everything we know about Talmudic arguments and how ready people are to get into one. I was absolutely shook that they declined. So clearly Ravina has discovered and deployed the only way to escape a halachic discussion that has gone on way too long. A Deus ex Monkeyna.